Trump's latest grift, launched earlier this week, is to hawk Bibles for $59.99 just in time for Easter. Trump will milk his supporters in a multitude of ways, and selling Bibles is just one of those. Never give a sucker an even break is the governing motto that Trump has lived by throughout his adult life. Trump is a modern-day Elmer Gantry. For those unfamiliar with the character Elmer Gantry, he was the protagonist of a Sinclair Lewis novel published in 1927 that was later made into a movie starring Burt Lancaster that was released in 1960. Gantry was a hedonistic and narcissistic con man who became an evangelical preacher for the money. He is eventually exposed for what he is, but then finds Jesus, promising to refrain from his sinful nature, or so he claimed, before gazing near the end of the novel and the movie at a young woman lasciviously during a sermon. In other words, Gantry had not changed, but it's the same Elmer Gantry as he was at the beginning of the novel and the movie. He knows how to manipulate people, and his rebirth as a Christian was just another grift and scam. Sinclair Lewis recognized how easy it is to manipulate people into accepting a lie, rather than to accept what is obviously true. Besides making a few bucks from selling God Bless the USA Bibles, I view the latest Trump grift to be primarily a campaign commercial and aimed at those who call themselves evangelical Christians, a core Republican base that Trump already has with over 80% of their support. Trump is a messiah to them, a person selected by God to bring ethics and morality back to the heathen Americans who have been unable to see, despite many efforts on their behalf, to even understand how anyone with a functioning brain can view Trump as a Christian and anything other than a grifter and a carnival barker. My question for Trump's true believers, and there are tens of millions of these people in the United States, is whether he will spend one day being a Christian rather than pretending to be one before he meets his judgment day with the Lord. My answer is not one day. Trump claimed to have several Bibles in his home and was a faithful reader, but could not answer a simple question asking for his favorite Bible passages. Trump was caught off guard when he was asked that question, unable to name one since he had never opened the Bible and read it, as far as I'm concerned. So he resorted to saying that he had so many favorite passages, but it was a private matter to him that he would not divulge. It was very personal, and he would not divulge a single passage. About a year later, he was asked the same question, and this time he was prepared with an answer. He said that his favorite passage in the Bible was an eye for an eye. Maybe Trump needs to take all of the Bibles that he has at his home, or claims to have, out of their cellophane wrappers and start reading a Bible. Maybe he just needs to spend more time digesting the Ten Commandments. The latest poll has 64% of Republicans viewing Trump as a man of faith. The good news is that is less than the 81% of Republicans who view him to be honest, and almost as many as a role model for their children. So only 64% of Republicans are convinced that Trump is a man of faith.